Okay, welcome back in. There were a lot of games on Tuesday from the National Hockey League. I'm not sure if I'm going to have time to go through every single goal, but I might just go through the scores and then we'll go through the standings. So this will be a very quick review from Tuesday, March 11th, from the National Hockey League. So the Canadians were continuing their road trip in Vancouver. They would finish with a final score of 4-2. The game-winning goal would come courtesy of Cole Caulfield. Big surprise. He got his 32nd goal of the season. I wouldn't be surprised if this guy aimed for 40 goals. And if he did, then that contract is going to look extremely good from the Montreal Canadiens perspective. So at least they got a win, their first win of their 4-game road trip. Their next game, I do believe, is tonight in Seattle. The Boston Bruins played host to the Florida Panthers. The Panthers did have a 2-0 lead, and they watched that disappear, and then the game-winning goal would come courtesy of Pavel Zacha, who got his 13th goal of the season with 3 minutes and 17 seconds to go in the third. So the Bruins would defeat the Panthers, like I said, 3-2. The Devils played host to the Columbus Blue Jackets. The game-winning goal, the fourth goal of the game for the New Jersey Devils, would come courtesy of Timo Meier. He would score with 3 minutes and 11 seconds to go in the second, getting his 18th goal of the season. The Devils would defeat the Blue Jackets, like I said, 5-3. The Ottawa Senators were in Philadelphia taking on the Flyers. The game-winning goal, the third goal of the game for the Ottawa Senators, would come courtesy of Michael Amadio, getting his 8th goal of the season with just under 5 minutes to go in the second. So the Sens would win by a final score of 5-2. Pittsburgh Penguins played host to the Vegas Golden Knights. Scrolling. This game would need to go to overtime. Erik Karlsson would get the game-winning goal 49 seconds into the overtime frame, his 9th goal of the season. So the Penguins would get a big win, but I feel like it might be a little too late to try to play catch-up in the standings. Carolina Hurricanes played host to the Tampa Bay Lightning. Jordan Martinook would end up getting a game-winning goal, 12:56 of the second period. That would be his 12th goal of the season. So the Hurricanes would win 4-1. The Minnesota Wild played host to the Colorado Avalanche. This game would need to go to a shootout, and the game-winning goal would come courtesy of Matt Zuccarello. So he'd kick things off with a scoring for Minnesota, and then he would get the game-winning goal in the shootout, 2-1. The New York Rangers were in Winnipeg to take on the Jets. Gabriel Velarde would end up getting the game-winning goal on the power play, his 27th goal of the season, 5:06 of the second period. A huge game for the Capitals and the Ducks. 7-4 would be the final score, and the game-winning goal would come courtesy, which would be the 5th goal for the Washington Capitals. So that would come from Nick Dowd. He'd score 13:25 of the third period, giving them a 5-4 lead. And obviously, like I said, they would win 7-4 would be the final score. The New York Islanders were in Los Angeles taking on the Kings. 4-1 would be the final score. And the game-winning goal would come courtesy of Philippe Deneau, 9:14 of the second period. He would get his 6th goal of the season. The San Jose Sharks played host to the Nashville Predators. And it's crazy to think it was like 1-0 after 2 periods of play, and then the scoring really took off in the third period. Sorry, it was 2-0 in the second period, and then it went, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, the game-winning goal would come courtesy of Kiefer Bellows, who I believe got his first National Hockey League goal, so congratulations. 6:32 of the third period, so the Preds would win 3-2 after blowing a 2-0 lead. All right, that's going to take care of that. So now we'll take a look at the standings in the Eastern Conference, and then we'll do the Western Conference here in just a moment. So I'm just going to scroll back, get this going, so you can see the Atlantic Division. So the Florida Panthers have a very narrow lead. They have a record of 40, 22, and 3. They have 83 points as we speak. The Toronto Maple Leafs are in second place. They are 39, 22, and 3. They have 81 points. The Tampa Bay Lightning are in third place with a record of 37, 23, and 4. They have 78 points. So 5 points are separating third and first. The Lightning only trail the Leafs by 3 points, and the Leafs trail the Panthers by 2. In the Metropolitan Division, the Capitals have been in first place for many, many months now, and it doesn't look like they're giving up that first place lead anytime soon. They have a record of 43, 14, and 8. They have 94 points. They're creeping up to 100 points in the season. The Carolina Hurricanes are in second place with a record of 39, 22, and 4. They have 82 points. And the New Jersey Devils have a record of 35, 25, and 6. They have 76 points. They trail the Hurricanes by 6 points in that division. The two teams in the wild card spot are the Ottawa Senators. They have a record of 34, 25, and 5. They have 73 points. And the Columbus Blue Jackets have a record of 31, 25, and 8. They have 70 points. Montreal is slowly creeping up into that playoff position. I want to see if I can get all the teams that are left in the Eastern Conference. So they only trail Columbus by 2 points. So if they happen to win tonight in Seattle, they could possibly bump Columbus out of a playoff spot, which would be huge for me. I was a Montreal fan. They have a record of 31, 27, and 6. They have 68 points. The Rangers and the Bruins also have 68 points. Their records are 31, 28, and 6, and 30, 28, and 8, respectively. The Detroit Red Wings are 4 points back out of a playoff spot. They have a record of 30, 28, and 6. The Islanders are 5 points out of a playoff spot with a record of 29, 28, and 7. The Philadelphia Flyers are 8 points back out of a playoff spot. They have a record of 27, 31, and 8. They have 62 points. The Penguins also have 62 points with a record of 26, 31, and 10. And the Buffalo Sabres are 25, 32, and 6. They have 56 points. In the Western Conference, I'll pull up the two divisions and see if they can be on the screen at the same time. There we go. So the Winnipeg Jets are still in first place of that division, but they have a record of 45, 17, and 4. They have 94 points. Just like the Washington Capitals, they're creeping up to a 100-point season. The Dallas Stars have a record of 42, 20, and 2. They have 86 points. They trail Winnipeg by 8 for that division lead. And the Colorado Avalanche are in third place with a record of 39, 24, and 3. They have 81 points. They trail the Stars by 5 points for second place in that division. In the Pacific Division, the Vegas Golden Knights have a record of 38, 19, and 7. They have 83 points on the season so far. The Edmonton Oilers are in second place, but narrowly hanging on to that spot. They have a record of 37, 23, and 4. They have 78 points. They trail the Vegas Golden Knights by 5 points for that division lead. And now the Los Angeles Kings are just 1 point behind Edmonton for that second spot in the division with a record of 34, 20, and 9. They have 77 points. In the wild card, the Minnesota Wild are 37, 24, and 4. They have 78 points. They trail the Avalanche by 3 points for that division. Third place. They trail the Avalanche by 3 points for third place in their division. There we go. And the Calgary Flames have a record of 30, 23, and 10. They have 70 points. They trail the Kings by 7 points. So if Calgary is going to make the playoffs, they're more than likely going to have to finish as a wild card team. And we'll take a look at the rest of the Western Conference. There we go. So the Canucks are just 1 point back of Calgary for that last wildcard spot. They have a record of 29, 24, and 11. They have 69 points. The Blues also have 69 points with a record of 31, 27, and 7. The Utah Hockey Club are 3 points out of a playoff spot with a record of 28, 25, and 11. They have 67 points. The Anaheim Ducks are 28, 29, and 7. They have 63 points on the season. The Seattle Kraken are 27, 34, and 4. They have 58 points thus far. The Nashville Predators are 25, 32, and 7. They have 57 points. The Chicago Blackhawks are 20, 36, and 9. They have 49 points. And the San Jose Sharks still are at the bottom of the Western Conference and the National Hockey League for that matter. They have a record of 17, 40, and 9. All right, that's going to take care of this recap from Tuesday's action, from the National Hockey League. We are slowly creeping into the playoff season here, folks. We have less than a month to go, and a lot of teams are playing with less than 20 games to go in the season. I can't believe the season is slowly coming to an end. Thankfully, it's not as short as football. Otherwise, this would be a very long off season, to say the least. All right, that's going to take care of this video. As always, if you're new to this channel and you like this type of content, feel free to hit the sub button. I'd be very grateful and very appreciative as well. Until next time, and as always, take care.